What's up guys, Vic here from Street Workouts in Kilda. Today I've got another video for you guys. This one's on resistance bands. Resistance bands are one of the best pieces of calisthenics equipment. They're versatile and can be used for warming up, rehabilitation, stretching, assisting bodyweight exercises, and helping you get those really difficult static exercises. This will be the first of a two-part video series on resistance bands covering the basics, and the next video, part 2, will be on how to use resistance bands to help you achieve static exercises in calisthenics. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Here you can see me starting with my usual resistance band warm-up. So resistance bands are excellent for warming up the shoulders, and as you might know, the shoulders are one of the more mobile joints in the body and therefore are more prone to injury. This first one I like to call dislocates. They're a great dynamic shoulder stretch that helps not only open up the shoulders but also stretch the chest as well. This next one I like to call chest bouncers. This is a great way to warm up the chest, shoulders and back. Here the idea is that you want to keep tension through the band, just like in the previous exercise, so make sure you loop the band around your wrist or otherwise grip the band at a shorter distance and bounce the band to the chest. Make sure you're doing this relatively quickly as this is a warm-up exercise. As with the previous exercise, I like to do these somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds. This should be enough time to get a decent burn through the shoulders. Next we have shoulder press. Shoulder press is a brilliant shoulder exercise that can be done with resistance bands. Just stand on the band with both feet in, about shoulder width apart, and make sure that you're pressing vertically slightly in front of your body. This will ensure that you're not arching your back, a common mistake in this exercise. Most people underestimate how good this exercise is for the core, as by pressing straight overhead with a resistance band, you introduce a lot of instability through your upper and lower back, which needs to be corrected for by your postural muscles. Some other good exercises to include in your resistance band warm-up are your regular pulls and pushes. These simulate a lot of the calisthenics exercises, but at a much lower intensity. Resistance bands can easily be tethered to other objects such as bars by hooking them over the bar and then tying a knot. This will ensure a secure anchor point for you to pull or push from. One of the primary things to consider when warming up with resistance bands is including movements that simulate the more difficult movements that you'll be doing in your actual workout. That's why push and pull movements are perfect for this. Pull simulates pull-ups and rows, whereas push simulates push-ups. These can also be great accessory exercises for those that are beginning to learn both push-ups and pull-ups, as obviously they're much easier and can build foundational strength for these exercises. Personally, I recommend you do somewhere between 10 and 20 reps for both pulls and pushes. The next important thing to warm up are your active hangs. Active hangs are a type of hang where you engage your back and shoulders and bring yourself slightly higher up on the bar while maintaining straight arms. This exercise allows you to engage your scapula, an important movement when doing pull-ups and rows. To do this exercise correctly, make sure your feet are in front of your body and you're hollowed out through your abdominals and chest. The scapula is a triangular bony structure located on either side of the upper back. It helps move the shoulder in various directions, but importantly for pull-ups especially, we need to talk about scapular retraction and depression. So retraction involves bringing the shoulder blades together, while depression means to move them down. These are important movements to avoid engaging the neck and upper traps while engaging the back. Alright guys, so it's finally time to get into some resistance band exercises. So resistance bands are really great for doing resistance exercises, but they're also great for assisting body weight exercises in calisthenics. So this first one is called seated rows. So this is similar to the seated row you would do at the gym. Here you have the band hooked over your feet, and by pulling it back, you're able to engage the arms and back. Perhaps one of the most important points for this exercise is to have a straight back and to pull through the shoulder blades. So again, it's that scapular retraction, so you're trying to squeeze as hard as you can through those shoulder blades. Alright guys, so next we've got pull-ups. So pull-ups are obviously a very difficult calisthenics exercise for most beginners. And so resistance bands can really assist you in developing your pull-up strength and eventually hitting body weight pull-ups. When doing pull-ups with resistance bands, make sure to tether the band to the bar above you. Grab the bar, pull down the band, make sure both feet are in the band, as this will help you create a better weight distribution. And then as you do your pull-ups, keep the band slightly in front of the bar, keeping that nice hollow shape. Engage through active hang as we've learnt before, and then from the active hang come all the way up such that your chin comes over the bar. Make sure when you do this that you don't engage your neck or upper traps. The best way to make sure this doesn't happen is by making sure the pull-ups aren't too difficult, because if they are, this is inevitable. A great way to make pull-ups easier using resistance bands is obviously to use more resistance bands, and you can actually combine them in sets of 2 or 3. So what you can do is you can use a heavy duty resistance band and a slightly lighter resistance band to find the exact amount of help that you need to achieve pull-ups without straining your neck. This also provides the perfect way for you to progress your pull-ups. By having multiple bands, you can take them off one by one as the pull-ups become easier and easier. Once you're left with just the thickest resistance band, you can take it off and go back to the thinner resistance bands you were using before, and then you can repeat the process. Another exercise that can be assisted by resistance bands are the push-ups. Push-ups can be quite difficult for beginners, and so resistance bands can definitely assist and help make the exercise achievable. To do band-assisted push-ups, you need to tether the band to a bar above you, thread yourself through the band such that the band sits around your hips. Come down to the floor and here start doing push-ups for reps. The position of the band is really helpful in band-assisted push-ups. By sitting on the hips, the band prevents the lower back from arching, a common mistake for beginners when doing push-ups. Again, play around with the bands. You can use 2 or more bands to help you find the exact amount of assistance you need to complete the push-ups with perfect form. The great thing about doing push-ups like this is that they perfectly replicate standard push-ups, unlike doing them on the knees or on a bench. The key to training is specificity. If you don't have specificity, you're not going to make much progress. Next, we've got dips. To do band-assisted dips, spread the band over the parallel bars and anchor it in place with your hands. Hop up on top of the bars and put your knees on top of the band. Now that you're in position, you can descend as deep as you're comfortable. I suggest to about 90 degrees before coming back up. For these ones, make sure you've already got decent stability through your shoulders. It's highly recommended that you're able to do at least 10 dips on the bench with straight legs before you progress over to the parallel bars. Let's talk about shoulders next. Resistance bands are great for working the shoulders as well. There are a few different shoulder exercises that you can do, targeting mostly the anterior, but also the medial head of the deltoids. Here you can see me doing flies. These are commonly done in the gym using dumbbells, but can also be easily replicated using resistance bands. They work the medial head, so the middle of your shoulders or deltoids, and they're quite a good sort of foundational exercise to not only build up strength in the shoulders but increase stability for more complicated calisthenics exercises. For flies, you want to pin the band down with one foot and raise it to chest level with the opposite hand while keeping the arms straight. Next we have front raise. Front raise is an excellent shoulder exercise, specifically focusing on the anterior head or the front of the shoulders. To complete the front raise, step on the band with both feet and raise the band with straight arms to chest level. Ideally, your hands will be facing straight in front. This will help you engage your anterior deltoids and will also prepare you for planche training later down the road. Finally, let's talk about tricep extensions with resistance bands. These are a great way to boost your tricep strength. I highly recommend you do this exercise with one hand at a time. You can pin the band down behind you with one foot, have the band sit directly underneath your heel, and bring the band up above your head such that your elbow is bent backwards. From here, press vertically up and you should feel an intense tricep activation. Well, that's it guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This one took ages to make, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'll leave a link to the resistance bands in the description. Just be aware it is an affiliate link, so you will be supporting this channel if you do purchase using the link. And make sure to use that juicy coupon code to get 10% off your order. See you on the next one guys, peace out.